Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Trader Stories podcast with Hola Prime. Today, I'm joined by another funded trader here at Hola Prime, Sayee from the UAE. Sayee, thank you so much for coming on today. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm really, really good. Thank you for asking. So, Saeed, we love to interview our funded traders, hear their backstory, how they got into trading, all that good stuff, because the viewers really do enjoy, hearing the real stories behind the people. So, if you don't mind, we'll just kick it off. Like, how did you get into trading? How did it all start for you?
All right. Trading started as a hobby for me. I think it starts as a hobby for like most of the people in the world. They don't take it up as a profession early on. But then yeah, I started trading I think in 2021. So I'm a software engineer by profession. I was a software engineer by profession, and then I was working I was working at Intel, and then trading was my side hobby. And then I moved companies, and then but then I realized software development was not my like it didn't really interest me, didn't intrigue me, so I took up trading full time. So I used to trade with small capital first, $5,000, $4,000 that my dad used to give me, and then I used to see small amounts of profit like 2%, 3%. And with time I found out the concept of prop firms, and I was I was funded with True Forex funds. I think in 2023 that was my first time with prop firms, and then I was funded nearly like $400,000 with True Forex funds, and yeah, I mean the company went bankrupt.
Mm.
So that's the bad side of prop firms. I mean, and then I moved into 2024 and 2025, and then I've been funded multiple times with multiple other prop firms, and that's how I started trading, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
That's really awesome. So
I
you start,
started with crypto first. I started with
okay.
crypto first. I mean, I saw all the highs and lows of crypto, and then I mean, it was too volatile for me, and then I realized, crypto it's not my thing, and then I moved into forex and gold trading, gold mainly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, some people kill it on crypto, but I'm exactly like you. Crypto is just I'm kind of scared of crypto a little bit, you know. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
I,
say
I
scared,
think
but
crypto is good for investments. You can
yeah,
like periodically invest and compound, but I don't think so. Like, I mean, it's not me. It's not for me for trading. It's too volatile, and it's too
yeah.
unregulated, and like one tweet can change crypto. So you never know when the tweet is coming. So yeah, so
No,
it's like that.
absolutely, absolutely agree. But some people they love crypto. I mean, we even offer crypto as well now. So, and a lot of people, were really waiting for that. So, you gotta it's a different market for everyone and everyone's style. But talking about like styles of trading, what kind of trader are you? Are you like a swing trader, scalper?
No, so I'm not a scalper per se, but then like I would trade every day. But I wouldn't like trade in like short. I mean, I trade in like my charts are like 5 minute time frames and 15-minute time frames. But then I look at the trend every day, like what trend is going on, like on the 1 hour charts and 4 hour charts. And then I mean, even if I get a setup on my 5 minute and 15 minute, I mean, if it's counter trend, if it's in the opposite direction, I don't usually enter. So I look at, multiple other factors to enter in a trade.
Mm.
But I'm not a scalper. So scalper, I mean, I don't open and close trades, very often, or no, not like that. I mean, I have like one, two setups per day.
Yeah.
And yeah, and if I get a good setup, then I probably enter it, and I don't look for trades like all the time, and like I'm not like fully vested into the charts.
Yeah.
I have my alerts and stuff like that. So I don't do like very short trades, but not very long trades as well, like swing trades, like where I hold for like 3 4 days or something like that. No, it's
Yeah.
it's but yeah, it's I trade every day. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really good. I mean, we find a lot of people have like probably the most success. I mean, it's hard to say, but we do find that people who are kind of bit longer than a scalper, kind of like intraday trading,
Yeah.
generally
Yeah.
for day trading perform
Yeah.
the
Correct.
best as a whole. So, no, it makes perfect sense, especially for something like gold as well, because gold moves so well.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
there's
I mean,
always
past few weeks,
opportunity.
the past few weeks, gold has been,
Oh
I mean, it's been crazy. So
yeah.
it's almost like crypto sometimes. So it's been going. I mean, when I started trading gold, it was around the 1,500, 1,400 range, and then now it's around trading at around 3,300, I think, this
Yeah,
morning. So it's
yeah,
crazy. The
yeah.
past few
It's
it shot up.
oh,
Yeah,
it
crazy.
absolutely has. It's been absolutely mental gold, but it's great for traders, right? Great for
Yeah,
people who
yeah,
day trade gold
exactly.
like yourself.
Yeah,
So you
exactly.
know,
I've been only looking for buys right now. Very less sells. It's been
of
that
course.
kind of yeah, this thing with gold. Yeah.
Ah, that's awesome. And your actual like strategy, I mean, you don't have to obviously give away every detail of it if there's something you want to keep to
Okay.
yourself, of course. But like, what is it based on? Is it based on like supply and demand, or what kind of yeah,
So I came up with this. Initially, like I used to look at the basic stuff, support, resistance, supply, demand, and all that. But then, the more you look at charts, you start seeing patterns. Correct? It's like that with gold, especially. I think for the past 2 years, I've been looking at the charts almost every day, and I started seeing patterns. So one of the patterns, obviously, like you just can't see a pattern and start trading it immediately. You need to back test it and see if it's actually a good strategy.
sure.
So one of the patterns that I found out was that every time there's like a 75, 80 pip move in either direction, let's say buy or sell, like huge move in
Hmm.
gold, and then there's a small pullback. You wait for the fractal candle to break, and then you put a buy stop or a sell stop, and then you place the stop loss like below the below the low,
Hmm.
below the low, if it's a buy, or below the high, I mean above the high if it's a sell.
Yeah.
Then you put a buy stop or a sell stop, and then yeah, it works pretty well. So I backtested this last year, I think, for like 2 3 months. Pulled up back data and everything, and I found out. So I used to have 0.5 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, and see how much my return would be, and then 2 hour, 1 hour. I mean, the 1 hour worked. I have like 70% win rate, so it's pretty good, and that's how I operate most of the times. And now that I know that this strategy works for gold, and then I moved into other forex like Euro USD and GBP USD, and I'm seeing it how it works. I only started that very recently, like I don't know, like a month back.
Okay.
And then it works pretty well as well with Euro USD. There's still some fine tuning to do, but it's a good start. So, but
Yeah.
with gold, yeah, it works mega. I mean, that's how I've been funded, and that's how I've been like with Hola Prime as well. With funded accounts, and it works pretty well. On
That's
funded
awesome.
accounts, my risk amount would be like very less. I don't know, like 1.5%. Even I know that I have the one step funded account, so they give me 3%, but my risk would be like 1%,
Yeah.
1.5%, like max.
Yeah, you
And
don't want to
then
be on the limit of the risk. Yeah.
yeah, correct. So I get around like 1 2 setups per day, and if I get I'm mainly with funded accounts, I'm very cautious. So if I get like one TP, and then I probably stop for the day, because I aim for very less. So that's I think you'll go into trading psychologies like much later into the call, but then that's one of my psychology. I'm not greedy. I don't aim for a lot. My aim is to build capital rather than profits.
Yes.
If I have like a 500,000, $500,000, or a 600,000, USD in as capital, then 1 to 2%, or I don't know, one, yeah, it's per
More
payout.
than
It's like
enough.
mega, yeah, it's a lot. So
Yeah.
that's my psychology. I don't aim for 8% or 10% profit. I don't think so. I mean, for me, yes, I think I have the capacity to do it because I've been passing challenges, but I don't want to risk it. There's no point because I'm happy with what I get. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
No,
I just aim percent. Yeah,
you're a million percent correct. We find, the people who have the most long-term success are the people exactly like what you said, got the
yeah,
psychology in check, are not overrun by greed, are not just looking for, as much money as possible in the shortest amount of time,
yeah,
and aim for, an achievable, realistic, consistent result, like however many percent per month. But I mean, well, sure, you have people who can do 10%. I mean, I'm sure
yeah.
like you said, you're capable of it, but your
Yeah,
risk,
that's
therefore,
yeah.
is
If I mean
increased.
that's one of the reasons that why I pass challenges. Like if I know that I have the ability, but then like what's the point? Like I would rather have 600, 700,000, and then I would take like 1.5% like every payout, or like even every month is like it's like enough for me. Like
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely the right way to do it. So, um, I hope people watching who haven't yet been funded or haven't yet got to that stage really take note of that because that is honestly the right way to do it, especially for the long term. I mean, you might get lucky if we find, some people they get kind of they can't be consistent because they're trying their expectations are too high. They'll have 100K account and they'll try to target like 30,000 or something. Sorry, 30% or something. And it's just it can be done, but to do that consistently every month, you
Yeah.
know, uh, you're bound to at one point blow your
Yeah.
account. So
Yeah.
definitely lower that amount. Target something more realistic and always look to build more capital. Like you said, that's the best
That's
way
the
to
whole
do it.
thing, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the aim of the game. Perfect. Um, I don't know if this is possible, but is it possible you can actually show your charts with the screen share?
Yeah.
I'd like to kind of show like a trade breakdown or something. That would be really interesting.
Yeah. 1 second. Okay. So there was a setup last night.
Hmm.
So if you look at this, you take, okay, the move has to be quite big, you know. So if you look at this, where my cursor is,
Hmm.
so it's 3379.4 to, I don't know, 3399. So that's like a 20 pip move, correct? So 200 pip move. So
Yeah.
when you look at this, there's this big move, and then you wait for the next candle. So if you look at this, it's a continuous move. The next candle isn't breaking the previous candle.
Yeah.
Even if it's a red candle, it isn't breaking the previous candle. So you wait for the previous candle to be broken, which is this candle where my cursor is at, and then you start looking for your stop loss and your entry. So okay, if my stop loss is like over here, I don't usually enter it because there's no point, because the margin is like very very big. But
Sure.
if my stop loss is like, so as you can see, I keep changing my trade, the lot size based on the risk, 1.5% risk. So I wait for this, and as you can see, after that, like if I put a buy stop over here, which is the highest point over here, the red
Hmm.
this part, and then like once it takes, like it moves pretty quickly. So as you can
Yeah.
see, like I aim for, like, this is like 1:1, but then like it just keeps on pushing. So there's
Yeah.
another trade also over here. So there's this huge move
Wow. Yeah.
came in, and then you wait, you don't enter the move, but then you wait for the next, the break of the candle. So you see this candle over here, and then you wait for the break. You see this red candle has broken the previous, the high,
Hmm.
and then you wait for it, and then like you put a buy stop over here, and then the lowest will be your stop loss, and then you adjust your risk and your lot size accordingly, and then you wait for it, and then you put a buy stop, and then it just pumps.
Really
uh,
nice.
yeah, so this has been working really it. So when the market is moving sideways, yeah, I don't usually enter it. So if
Yeah.
I know that if I hit like two stop losses consecutively, I know that okay, the market is moving sideways, because as you can see, it's a trend strategy,
Yeah.
Also, gold has been moving, only in the buy direction. It's only been pumping. So I mainly look at the 1 hour and 4 hour before confirming that this is a proper setup as well.
Yeah.
I think on May 1st or something, I'm not sure if I can find the setup, but if I can go to the 15-minute chart, then you. So so this is on May 1st, where it was in the downtrend. It was, I
Hmm.
think, it went from 3,400 to it, dumped to like 3,200 or something, gold. So, so you look at so that the market is in a downtrend at that particular point of time.
Yeah.
So you look for, sell positions as well. So this is one of them. This is 15 minutes, so you'll not be able to see the candle. But on the 5-minute candle, this green candle would have, broken the low. So
Hmm.
you put the stop loss over here, and your the lower high. Your lowest would be your this thing, your entry, and then you just wait for it. So this is another 1:1.
Nice. Nice.
So
So
this is how it works.
your entry is purely based on when it breaks, the last way, if it's in a downtrend, last
Yeah.
low, obviously, or
So you just wait for it. So if it's, let's say, if it's a reversal, my buy stop or sell stop wouldn't trigger at all, you
mm,
know.
mm,
So if it breaks the buy stop or sell stop, it usually goes up and hits the 1:1 ratio.
sure.
So this is the pattern that I saw. So if it's a reversal over here, my sell stop wouldn't have been taken at all. I wouldn't have entered the trade at all. So it would have just reversed like this,
Yes.
correct? Yeah, but then since it's in the downtrend strategy, and then it moves quite a bit. See, you see, this is a reversal
Yeah, yeah,
with so also the strategy is to look for trades in mainly the London session and the New York session, and not trade in the the in the midnight and stuff in the Asian sessions,
yeah,
because
yeah.
there's hardly any volume, and you can get a lot of fake outs as well. So
Mm.
so that's one other thing, and it has been working well with the Euro USD as well. So this
Hmm.
is one trade where you wait for a 9 to 10 pip move
Hmm.
on the Euro USD, and then so this I haven't backtested this fully, but this is one of the instruments that I'm looking at as well.
Hmm.
I entered one of the trades on, I think, Hola Prime challenge yesterday. Um, so this is one of it. So you wait. So there's a big move. You wait for the break, and then you put your buy stop over here. Your stop loss would be the low, and then yeah, it just pumps.
Very nice.
So
No,
this
that's
has been
really
working.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to see. Yeah, I find it fascinating.
Yeah, so I've gone through a lot of courses and stuff like that, where people sell their strategies for sales, but yeah, I don't think so. I mean, none of them have worked for me, but I think this only comes with the experience, because you're just on charts. Like, even when you take it as a full-time job, it kind of scares you also, because like you want to be successful. Wherein like a 9 to 5 job, you get paid every month, so
yeah,
this you have to work to get paid in trading.
yeah, no,
So
absolutely. I
yeah,
mean, I find it like you said, there are a million and one strategies out there, but
yeah,
yeah, finding one that fits you, and especially I think I like the fact that you spent time on the charts and you discovered something that
yeah,
worked for you, and you did your own kind of
yeah.
you
Yeah,
just jumped on
I
the
think it
charts
just
and found something,
yeah,
you
it just suddenly hits you. I think yeah, I was up one morning, and then I was like looking at the charts, and you start seeing patterns, like the pattern like this. Okay, there's a big move and there's a small reversal, and then it just keeps pumping. So
mm,
that's you. So how do you use this strategy to to get you some money? So that's you start working on it, and you start fine tuning it. So you start okay. There was a lot of fine tuning in the strategy, because one, you can't keep the stop loss like very far. If the reversal, let's say, if this red candle came up to, let's say, here, then there's no point, because you need a bigger TP,
yeah, yeah,
they cross it, So this I found that I think on gold especially, like I think last year when I back tested, there was like a 40 to 45 pip stop loss is the best, the optimized. 20 pip stop loss is too small, and an 80 pip or 90 pip stop loss is like very big.
yeah,
So those are one of the things. These are the fine tuning that I talked to you about. I mean, you work on this and you start seeing patterns. I think I still remember I opened the Google Sheet and started recording everything.
mm,
For 2 to 3 months, I think full of July, August, and then I started saying, okay, like this stop loss is like 50 pip. This trade has a 80 pip stop loss. This trade has a 20 pip stop loss. This one has 120 pip. Okay, what has hit stop loss, and what has hit the take profits, and that's how we fine tune a strategy. So
yeah,
yeah, that's about it. It's a very simple strategy, but then it takes a lot of time to find out.
of
It's not
course.
that simple. Yeah,
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like you said, simple strategy. I mean, sometimes that is the best.
yeah,
We find, well, at least I find as a trader as well, people who add too many indicators, too many different strategies, too many different concepts all together, trying to,
yeah,
create some kind of
yeah.
master
Correct.
system almost, find that there's too many conflicting ideas going on,
Yeah, yeah,
one is telling you to buy, the other's telling you to sell, and then when they end the trade, oh, look, maybe I should get out, maybe I should move my stop loss, maybe I should,
yeah,
yeah. And you never
yeah.
really just become, consistent, because it is all a game of mathematical probability at the end of the day. You just need an
Yeah,
edge, stick to the rules as long as you have, a positive a positive risk reward, or
yeah,
if it's 1 to 1, at least if it's over 50% your win rate, you're gonna make money.
yeah.
It's all about
Correct.
the edge.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, the main idea is to backtest. Once you backtest, it gives you a lot of confidence. It isn't just a theory. It isn't just an assumption. Like once you backtest, you know that it works in the actual market. So
yeah,
That's how it works. But there
Makes
are
sense.
strategies. I mean, for until now, this strategy hasn't gone out of date for me because there are strategies which change with market conditions, and then you just have to keep on, optimizing and
Sure.
making and continuing it. Yeah,
Yeah, market conditions, another very important thing. Like you said, even that you choose to trade in the London session where the volume is there rather than, like in the middle of the night in the Asian session or something. And also, like you said, market conditions matter. You recognize it's a trend-based strategy. You're not going to do it during a ranging market. You're not going to do it during the wrong times where there could be fake outs. You're picking and choosing the probability of when this setup will have the highest chance of success. And that's very important.
yeah,
Um, because some people have a good pattern or a good strategy or some kind of edge, but they use it at the wrong times. They use it, they
yeah.
try to use it at any
Correct.
time, at any.
Yeah. I mean, this strategy wouldn't work at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the night, even if the
Yeah.
market is open.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, it isn't going to work. So, and you have to keep fine tuning it because, like, I still remember in July and August, like the volume wasn't like how it is right now. Right now, it's like it's almost like crypto. The gold has been like pumping and dumping like crazy. I mean, you don't see like 20 pip, 30 pip move in like one single candle nowadays. In like 10-minute candles and 5-minute candles, there's like a 10 pip move and a 15 pip move. It has been like crazy the past few weeks. But
Yeah.
so you need to, you can't keep the same amount of stop loss. You can't keep 30 to 40 pip and expect it to, you have to move your stop loss. Let's say, okay, you 70 to 80 pip is acceptable because the take profit is like, it's
Yeah.
the same. It's just more volatile. So these are the small things that you have to keep doing. But once you start, identifying your strategy, then it's like,
Yeah.
then that's the tough work done, in my opinion. And then, yeah,
We're going to quickly move on to psychology because having a strategy is one half of the equation of being a trader.
yeah,
Um, if you're not following it correctly or you're breaking, fundamental core rules of, psych psychology, it doesn't matter how good your strategy is, you're ultimately always going to sadly fail. So, how did you overcome the psychological part of trading?
So one thing was like, so when I used to, I think I started crypto very small. I used to have like $200, $300, and I used to just play around with it and see what happens. So one thing that I used to do with crypto is like, I know that I could gain like 1%, 2% very easily. But then the amount, let's say 1% of $100 is like $1. So what are you going to do with $1, right?
Yeah.
But so you start aiming for more, even if your capital is like $500, and then you start aiming for $50 and like $60 per trade. And crypto is that volatile. You can easily gain $50 and $60 if you have a good strategy. So I realized, okay, $50, $60 is like more than 10%. So if what are you doing with, okay, the next thing is like, if you can gain like $1 with $100, like with consistency, then you can do the same thing with a bigger capital, right?
Yeah.
$100, like bringing $100,000, $1 will be $1,000, the profit, 1% of 100,000. So I realized that it took me a lot of time. It's a very simple thing, but then it took me a lot of time to realize. And one thing is like, without the concept of prop firms, I don't think so. Building a huge capital, having a huge capital is like, it's not a luxury that a lot of people can have. I
Yeah.
didn't have that luxury. Obviously, like I can't invest, like I can't have like 200, $300,000 in like real money and have it and start trading with. So that's when I got into the concept of prop firms, wherein I knew that I know this concept existed, wherein I can get like 1.5% easily. Then that's pretty much, I used to compare with my pay when I was a software engineer, and it was almost like equal to it, or even more than that. So that's how I started working with. My concept is like, yeah, it's you just build your capital, and rather than building your profits, like I know this strategy, as you can see, and it is like I can easily aim for. I don't even need to aim for 1 hour. I can aim for 0.75 or 0.8. It needn't even be like 1 hour, but then it 0.75 in like, let's say if I risk 1.5%, then it would be like $1,000 or $1,100. So
Yeah.
if my strategy has like a 60% win rate in like 1:1 strategy, then like in 0.75 or 0.8 hour, it has like probably like a 65-70% win rate, which
Yeah.
is more than English. And then I just aim for 1.5%, a maximum 2%. Like as you saw my payout, it was like 1.8,
Yeah.
and I stopped at like 1,800. So I know that I just waited the rest of the days for my payout.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to keep on trading, and there's no point, I feel. So that's how I do it.
Yeah.
You don't just don't be greedy is my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah,
Don't
be
rush the
greedy with the
process.
capital that you want to build, but not it's
Yeah. No, 100%. I
yeah.
agree. Um, I think you made a really good point there, about because we do find that a lot of people, a lot of traders, they struggle with the psychology because they're trying to rush the process to trying to get to quote unquote the Lamborghini by next month, and
Yeah.
there's just no way of doing that. I mean, it's an underfunding problem for most people. There's no way you're going to take, $500, $1,000 and turn that into life-changing amounts of money in a short period of time, unless you're
Yeah.
completely gambling and get very lucky. There's just no real
Correct.
way of doing that. So, like you said, with prop firms, once you have the capital, if you understand, look, you only need 1%, 2% a month. And if
Correct.
you have the capital behind you, that is more than enough. Most people will be very happy with, and you can always build
Yeah.
on that as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
so in my opinion, I don't think so. I don't think people should compare themselves. Like when you're getting into trading, or even if you're a good trader, I don't think so. You should compare yourself with these, the people who post, Lamborghinis and Ferraris on
yeah,
Instagram, wherein they say they make huge money and most of the lifestyle is in Dubai, and like they go into posh hotels and stuff. I think you have to compare yourself with your job, if you had one. I mean, how much were you making in that, and how much are you making right now? Or if you're getting into trading very early, then probably compare it with your dad, like, or some
yeah,
relative like who's making good money, and see if you're able to match them, and like see this as a job that you do every day, rather than get see the rather than a way to get rich very quickly.
yeah,
This is not a lottery, and
yeah.
so
I love that. I mean, your psychology, the way you think, is exactly how you should think as a trader. So really, hats off to you because you have a really mature way of looking at the markets and looking at trading as a whole, as a career. You're seeing it as a long-term, sustainable career rather than just something you can get rich quick with, and that's
yeah.
exactly the way it should be. So really, hats off to you. A lot of respect for you for that. I want to move on to Ola Prime. How has your experience been?
My experience, I mean, has been the best, I think, among all the prop firms, because um, I, I I started trading with True Forex funds. I had accounts with the Funded Trader. I had accounts with Bright Funded. I had accounts with a lot of prop firms. No, I didn't have one with Aqua Funded. I had with Blue Guardian. So I did have accounts with multiple prop firms. And then Hola Prime, I think. Mm, I didn't know that such a prop firm existed. I don't know if it's a new company or anything, but I started trading with them very recently, I think like 2 months back or something,
Mhm.
and then it has been great. One is the support is the support. You mean the support chat is it's great. Like it's been amazing. I'll give you examples, but the funded account that I got after passing my challenge, it happened in like in hours. It wasn't. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
very quick. And then once the funded account, and then I was waiting for my payout, and then I asked the support, okay, what is the fastest withdrawal? I mean, is it crypto, or is it like bank transfer, or what is it? They said crypto is usually processed, much quicker than other transfers. So I opted for crypto, and then I got paid in 18 minutes. It was I actually told my parents, this has been, this is like I've never been paid in 18 minutes. I
yeah,
still remember I have the mail, because you get the payout requested mail, and then your payout approved mail, and then the payout
yeah,
requested the payout approved was like 18 minutes later than my pay. I actually like timed it, so it was great. So I've never gotten a payout this quick, for sure.
yeah, yeah.
And then the next thing, yeah. And
Carry
then
on,
the one
sorry.
thing was like, since I live in Dubai, like I have my crypto is with BitOasis. It's a platform here. So they were asking, so the deposit was not coming in. I mean, obviously, like Hola Prime sent it, but then the deposit wasn't coming in because they were blocking it. And then
Mm.
they were asking for, the transaction, hash number of the crypto payment. And then I don't think so. Most of the prop firms would give that, but then I reached out to the support, and then they were like very quickly. They promptly send me the receipt of the payout, and then it was, yeah. So the support is like really good as well.
Yeah.
So I think the community of Hola Prime is still pretty small, but I think it's just underrated right now.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. Yeah. Yeah, like you said, we're relatively new to the market. I mean, we started mid last year, 2024. So we're still very much new, but we're trying to change speed. We're trying to change a lot of the pain points that we find a lot of people, because a lot of us are traders as well,
yeah,
and we know what the exact issues that you felt with other firms, and we're trying to change the game essentially. And like I said, we do payouts within an hour, so you'll never wait more than an hour to get your payments. In your case, 18 minutes. Some people a little bit less, some people a tiny bit more, but generally within an hour's window,
yeah,
you'll have your payment, and we've never missed that. So um, yeah, no, but it's absolutely fantastic to hear that you're having a great experience with us. We we're honored to have you on board because we're looking for great traders like yourself, people who have the right mindset, who understand trading is a career, not just a get rich quick scheme.
yeah, yeah, correct.
Who understand risk management, who see the longevity of it. So if every trader was like you, we would we'd be the happiest company in the world. But yeah, no.
The
So
thing with there are a lot of pain points with other prop firms. It isn't a good industry. You can't trust the prop firm.
yeah,
Because there are prop firms wherein like I don't want to name it, but then like once you start seeing profits consistently, let's say you start making small profits like 1,400, 1,300 in every payout, they just ban you out of the blue. It's like it's crazy, because you emailed them saying that I've been using the same strategy the whole time, and how
yeah,
can you, like, they'll approve the payout for one strategy, I mean for my strategy, and then the next payout for the same strategy, if you reject the payout, then and they ban you, it doesn't make sense at all. Then you realize that something's wrong.
yeah,
But when the payout and the funded account issuance is like very quick and stuff, with like the case with Hola Prime, I think it builds a lot of trust factor.
absolutely.
I think people need that. Traders need that too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a shame. I mean, it's a shame companies like that exist. They put a bad spin on what could be a very good industry. I think as a whole could be a very trustworthy industry, but there's always going to be bad actors within, I mean, pretty much in any industry, especially in
yeah,
Forex and trading as a whole. Um, it's sad because it is one of the only industries where you theoretically can make a lot of money fast, and people use that to unfortunately um, target vulnerable people, I would say. And it's not right, but it happens. And,
yeah.
you just have to do your due diligence, I think, as a trader.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
eventually you'll find the right
yeah,
path. But
yeah, yeah.
it is what it is. But really quick, there's only two more questions and then I'll let you go. Um, what does the future for you look like? Are you looking to scale your accounts? Are you looking to get more capital? I'm assuming that's probably
Yes.
yeah,
So I think, yeah. So that's as you can see from my psychology, the main idea is to build capital rather than the profits. So
yeah,
if I can build more capital, then yeah, that would be great. And I'm already on a challenge with Hola Prime. I mean, after the success that I have with you guys, it's been good, and that's why I bought another challenge. And that's the aim. It's to build capital and see. Obviously, like, you will lose funded accounts. It is like natural. But let's say when the market conditions are not great, or like if your strategies go out of date, then yeah, it is quite possible that you can lose a funded account. But I don't think so. It matters a lot because
yeah,
as long as you keep working and keep taking challenges and build your capital, I think you should be great. But yeah, that's the idea. The idea is to build capital rather than profits. So
yeah. are you targeting the big 4 million that we allow the scaling up to?
I haven't seen the scaling plan yet, but then
Ah, okay.
yeah, I just asked the support what is the maximum allocation for your traders is, and they said 500,000, and the first aim is that, let's see
Yeah.
how.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can, you can scale up to 4 million. So with us. So obviously it will take time, but like you said, your psychology is correct. You're not looking to do it in 10 days. You're
Yeah,
seeing the long
correct.
term.
Yeah.
So it's perfect for someone like you. And I have no doubt that if you stick to your guns and stick to your strategy and keep, like you said, tweaking it to market conditions, etc.,
Yeah.
keep to the psychology, you'll get there. Which would be absolutely amazing. And then we'll definitely do another call once you hit
No
that
worries.
milestone, 100%.
Right.
And one last question. Do you have any tips, advice for anyone watching right now who's, trying to become funded, trying to get to where you are in your trading career? What would be advice that you'd give that person?
Uh, right. My advice would be to, start small. Start with $500, $1,000, and see. And the idea is this: you can always get more capital and you can always get more profits as long as you have a good strategy. So start with $1,000, $500, wherein you feel that if you lose $1,000, it shouldn't be a burden for you. Let Because like at the end of the day it is quite a risky place to lose money, like, but where the risk is, the reward is more, like, the risk is always, even more. So I think the idea is to start small, build a strategy, optimize it, and then once you have a strategy, then you can buy a challenge the next day itself and get to 100K in probably a week, so that's the idea.
Yeah,
um yeah, start small, and then build a strategy and then just grow your capital rather than the profits.
yeah,
um, for 1.5%, and that is more than enough. You say you have $1 million in capital, and like 1.5%, 2% is like 15,000, $20,000, and um, I know I was a software engineer, and I don't think so you can get paid that much unless you're like a very high position in the US, especially like living in Dubai. I don't think so. You like
yeah,
where the cost of living is like much lower than the United States or like the UK. It is
yeah,
quite good, $10,000 and $15,000. So yeah.
yeah. No, 100%, 100%. So that was absolute pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much for coming on,
Like,
sharing your story, your
yeah.
experience and everything, and even your charts and your strategy. That's truly appreciated. So once again, thank
No,
you so much.
no worries. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah.
Thank you,
See you.
Sayee. And to all the viewers, thank you guys for watching as well. If you enjoyed this episode of Trader Stories, go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Basically, click all the buttons you see below your screen as it really helps us out. Um, Also, do join our Discord. We're building a Discord community. It's really starting to pop off. We got exclusive competitions, live AMA sessions, loads of exclusive stuff you'll only find on Discord. So go ahead, click the join our Discord link in the description below. It's completely free to join. You'll be invited instantly, and yeah, go ahead and just check it out because I'm sure you'd have some benefit from joining. But once again, thank you guys for watching. Sayee, thank you for coming on, and
Thank
we
you.
will see you again very soon. Take care.